Hey guys and gals, how you doing? This is the Big Dog, Benny Henderson Jr., and I'm coming at you from the Big Dog Podcast Show, brought to you by the BigDogPodcastShow.com, featured on HeartAttackMag.com. Hey, I'm the host, the Big Dog, Benny Henderson Jr., and right now we're on the line with a young man by the name of Jacob Mandel from Long Beach, California, in a band called Cassette Culture. Now, I just recently heard about the band, and they have a really cool kind of funky, fresh sound that I haven't heard in a long time. And so instead of me babbling on, let's just get his thoughts on everything. Man, welcome to the program.
Hi.
Man, tell us a little bit about yourself, the Cassette Culture. I mean, where did you guys, from Long Beach, but I mean, where did you guys come about? I mean, how'd y'all get together, you and the guys?
Well, I was in an old band with the bassist. We were called the Weeps, and I just played guitar, and the bassist Gabe he was just on bass. So we had some prior connection there, and the other guys just kind of from bands in the area. There's this big circle of musicians in Long Beach, and we just kind of all happened to get connected through that.
Now, I got to ask, the name of the band, Cassette Culture, where did y'all come up with that? That's obscure. I like it, but it's just something different.
Well, it's a pre-existing term. It was used to describe like the lo-fi movement of the 90s, and I thought it was a really interesting concept. How like there's this fascination on this, the low fidelity, these weird, like people are doing all these. They're buying all this cheap gear just to get this sound that sounds like garbage. And it's cool in a way, but at the same time, it's kind of like people are refusing to acknowledge that times have changed and there's all this new technology available and they're not utilizing it. So we're kind of trying to stray away from that, like kind of archaic movement. And so we're kind of using it ironically as a name, but it's also just it's cool. Term. Sounds cool.
Now, I'm not trying to be all. How old are you, Jacob?
I'm 18.
You're 18. Okay. This is what I'm getting at. You're very young. When I was 18, I was more interested in running around chasing women, doing all this and that. And I say this because being a musician and is not. I'm just playing around like I do. That's one thing, but you trying, making it a career and trying to live that dream. It's not an easy road. It's very time consuming, and it's just a lot of. You have to have a lot of dedication, which I'm sure you have. But how do you stay grounded? I mean, like I said, you're 18. You're young. I mean, how do you stay grounded and keep focused on the task at hand? Because there's a lot of things at your age, man, that, some would rather be doing than doing what you're doing. But how do you kind of stay grounded and stay focused and not stray from your dream?
Well, right now I'm kind of just in college and getting my education. Like, it's always good to have a backup plan. And, we all came from high school. Now it's just, all we had to do was think about music or in schoolwork. So music was just easily accessible thing. And it's, we got to, get a little bit of popularity out of it, not like a crazy amount. And as far as like girls and stuff, I've had a girlfriend for the past couple of years, so kind of keeping my libido in check.
Well, it's good because now you have someone that you probably care about, love before all this comes about, because But now you guys, y'all haven't been around that long at all, have y'all?
No, we started. Right now, yeah, I'm a freshman in college. Started, I think, junior year of high school. I think maybe summer before, because that summer, me and the other guitarist Dylan, we started doing some recording projects at my place, some home recording, which is what is still on like our SoundCloud. And we were just kind of having fun with that and trying to learn how to write music ourselves. And we kind of kept going from there, and then we decided to get some people together and form a band, and we just it all sort of stemmed out from there.
What are, for the ones, like I said, when I heard, excuse me, I listened to a few songs of the band, and I found it very good. But I found it kind of like a fresh sound, kind of like a not a funk, but maybe a little jazzy rock pop to it. I don't know. I'm not trying to pigeonhole your sound, but go ahead.
Well, I think we kind of have been exploring more of the funky side of stuff recently. That stuff, like back when we did that, I was pretty into the Strokes. You can probably hear some of that in there, and then there's a little bit of psychedelic stuff in there that could be like seen as jazzy too. I guess there's like a little freeform section in one of those SoundCloud songs. We just kind of did what we felt like doing.
That's exactly the Strokes, man. I could not put my finger on it, and I was sitting there and I was talking to my wife. I'm like, hey, and I think it's the Innovation compilation. That song, I believe that's when I was listening to it, and I was like,
the verse was very Strokesy.
Yeah, I couldn't nail it.
We're trying to get away from that now. That was a couple of years ago. Weren't really thinking about it or trying to. It just kind of happened, I guess.
Well, hey, man, the Strokes was a hell of a band, but thank you though. I was sitting there trying to think. All right, is it jazz? I was trying to all these names and I couldn't get it, man. But as far as your influences, man, who are the top 3 influences that influenced you as a musician?
Well, when I was a kid, I was really into I was more of a guitarist and like a songwriter, so I was really into like stuff like Guns N' Roses and like Aerosmith and all that, the classic rock stuff. And then I eventually started getting more into progressive rock. Like I started liking Muse, and then I got into Queens of the Stone Age, and then from there I just kind of started that it stemmed out into I guess more recently I've been kind of trying to stay more diverse with what I listen to. I don't necessarily look to inspiration too frequently, just reference other songs. I just, whatever I happen to listen to at the time kind of ends up showing up in the songs, I think.
You're over here pouring your heart out to everybody. I'm over here about to die of a heart attack. I'm sorry. Over here coughing up a storm. I do apologize to all your fans out there and listeners, man. I don't know what it is about today, man, but now that was it's strange, man, that you mentioned some of the people who influenced you, and your sound is a lot different than Guns N' Roses. But what about the ones who don't know much about you guys, and let's say they're walking up and they see the billboard sign that says, hey, Cassette Culture, of course, coming up November 5th, you are going to be debuting at the Troubadour, and little plug there, at 8 p.m. It's all ages. You can get cheaper tickets online, I guess, than the door at www.cassettecultureband.com/shows. So, little plug there. And it has to be a great, kind of straight off there, man, but it has to be a great feeling, man. The Troubadour, I mean, do you understand that? The history behind that place?
Oh yeah, the Troubadour is awesome. We were super stoked to actually find out that we're playing there. Really excited, a little nervous.
Oh well, that is congratulations on that. Now,
thank you. We got some good managers.
Yeah, well, you got to have good music. So now listen. What I was getting to was talking about sounds and all this and that. Let's say someone who they never heard of the Cassette Culture, and let's say they're walking down the boulevard there in Hollywood, and they see Cassette Culture tonight, the Troubadour. Why should someone buy a ticket and come in and watch you guys?
Oh, sorry, you just cut out there for a second.
Oh, I apologize. I was saying if someone just seen Cassette Culture on the billboard, says live tonight, the Troubadour, Culture. Cassette Culture, why should someone buy a ticket and come in there and check you guys out?
Why should someone buy a ticket? Well, I guess everyone wants to see fresh bands, hear some new sounds, and I like to think that we are able to do some of that stuff. We like to put on we like to have a fun performance, and we want to make it somewhat theatrical, so it's actually like a visual experience as well as auditory. And I don't know, we just want to have a good time and just make everything sound really good as good as we possibly can, and to the extent where we think that it's all right for people to spend money on it.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Who does the majority of the songwriting? Is it a team effort, or do you come up with it and just sit down? I mean, how's the songwriting process go?
Well, I usually come up with the basic song structure and the chord progression, lyrics and stuff, and then we'll kind of work it out together. Maybe improving on the structure, or we'll kind of jam out together loops and sections if we want to come up with some more concise rhythms or melodies or counter melodies. So it is kind of a group effort in the end. It's at least recently too. It's become even more of a group effort.
Well, to all the listeners out there, is there any message you'd like to send out there to the fans, or just anything you want to say in closing of this interview? Man, you got open forum to speak your mind.
Well, if you want to hear some music that I guess just try to be creative, try to think outside the box. And that's what we're trying to do, and that's the message that we kind of would like to send out there. I guess just stay outside. Like getting outside of the safety zone is so important, and just in terms of being a musician and just a person in general, it's always great to see. It's always fun to see people do that. And just come up with something new. It just inspires other people, and that's just a domino effect. So it's always great to see that, and I guess that's what we're trying to do, or what we'd like to do in the end.
Well, to all the listeners out there, man, if you want to check out Jacob and the band Cassette Culture, be sure to November 5th to be at the Troubadour. And like I said, you get tickets there at www.cassettecultureband.com/shows. Man, I want to thank you for coming on the program, man. Speaking your mind, we hope to have you on again.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'd love to be back again.
Oh, anytime, man. Listen, you be safe out there and just keep it going, brother.
Will do.
All right, thank you. Bye. Yeah, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today's program. And be sure to check us out at thebigdogpodcastshow.com, and check out CassetteCulture.com, man. And right now, what better way to close out with a song from the band. Until then, God bless, be safe, be good, and remember, keep your metal loud and you rock hard. I'm the Big Dog, and I'm out. And this is Cassette Culture, Melatonin Girls.
The tune to a dance they can't recall. Actors crawl out of their graves when they claim to have lost it all. Oh, that taste of an honest flame, making go ways that greed and fade. But I just won't leave it, I guess I'll move on till I count sharks have copper blood. Picked up on avoidance rods till it's cast aside the good. Redefine aggressive songs with a code of what could this be. Oh, I can't unsee it. What a fun way to victimize lost odysseys. I'm God, searching for broken answers, minimized to a gun tender. It's all out, but no one for sure wants to hear what they already know. Close my eyes with an open mind, looking solutions on the inside, but it's too late to find. Down the door, hold it open from you with your false traditions to believe. Hold your tongue, eat your young, yourself tempted straight into dust. Scattered guns will paint the skin of this fantasized futility. I just won't leave it, I guess I'll move on till I